Hi everybody, welcome to Pristina, Kosovo for this Group C European qualifying match between visitors Lithuania and the home side Kosovo. Lithuania on paper will be the heavy favorites given their rank inside the top 10 in the world rankings, but this year's Eurobasket didn't go as planned, and that may give Kosovo some hope. Lithuania won their group at Eurobasket, but then were upset by Greece in the quarterfinals. Lithuania really struggling that day from three-point land. Kosovo, well, they only became a FIBA member in 2015. Their star man and key player, no doubt, is Dardan Berisha, who plays his club basketball right in Pristina. So what an emotional moment, a night it's going to be for him and his teammates as they embark in this maiden qualifier for the World Cup. Actually, Berisha used to represent Poland. That was indeed before Kosovo became a FIFA member a couple of years ago. You could say it was a job done for Kosovo. Just to get to this stage, they had to pre-qualify. Poland and Hungary, who are currently underway, are the two other teams in this group. And just a recap of how things will go forward after this. 24 teams overall will qualify for the second phase in Europe, and from that, 12 will advance to the World Cup in China in 2019. Lithuania with a pedigree of having played the previous World Cup, also at the last Olympics. But again, they'll want to put things right after what was a very disappointing and a surprising loss to Greece at Eurobasket just a couple of months ago. And as for Kosovo, well, as mentioned, I think just getting to this stage and being in qualifying is obviously a huge accomplishment for them, for such a young nation, in terms of being independent and playing as a team, as a FIBA member. They actually picked up their first win just a couple of months ago. That was against Macedonia in the pre-qualifying, and then followed up by beating Estonia with a win in Pristina. Both wins, in fact, came in Pristina. So home side will be behind them. You can see there it's a very, very good crowd who attended for this one in Pristina. And Kosovo looking to pull off what would be a massive, massive upset if they can get the better of Lithuania. The manager for Lithuania, Dainius Adomaitis, used to be a player, won a bronze medal at the Olympics in 2000. The changes after Eurobasket. Only 3 players who have survived from Eurobasket to play in these qualifiers: Grigonis, Benzius, and Skavicius. But then one of those, Grigonis, the forward, he's injured, so he's not playing in this particular match, not involved at this stage. That's a blow for Lithuania. And as for Kosovo, they also have a pretty key injury, a player who's played so well in the pre-qualifying. Castrati, Orion Castrati, got injured while playing for his club side, injured his ankle, so he's not playing in this match for Kosovo. His teammates will be looking to pick up the slack in this encounter against Lithuania. Look at the rankings for the teams in the group. Poland 32, Lithuania number 6, Hungary number 41, Kosovo number 96. So team introductions now taking place. Lithuania will want to get off to a good start in this match. Some of their players were saying on the eve of this one, yes, this should be a match which is in their hands, in their control, but they'll be taking nothing for granted. Kosovo playing at home there. So look at the captain just coming out with the thick beard. The player who is back in the international fold, Tistov Lavrinovic, last played for Kosovo in 2014, actually made his debut for Kosovo, or I should say, Lithuania in 2003. That was the year where Lithuania won Eurobasket, to have a great pedigree in that competition. And a standing ovation. Historic moment for Kosovo as they embark in this World Cup qualifier, and that was a star man for them, Dardan Berisha. Talking about that win over Estonia, 28 points that day for Berisha. And maybe you would say, when you look at their statistics and players who have who've put up the numbers for them, the other key man is another player who plays from the back, one of the guards, Scott Bamforth, naturalized for Kosovo. Spent time in the U.S. collegiate system. It's just a great atmosphere we have at the arena in Pristina. And anything they can do in this particular game will be a bonus. And hey, I guess if you're going to start off in the qualifying, why not take on the toughest team first? On paper, toughest team we saw there, their manager, the American Brad Greenberg, who has a lot of experience in the NBA, used to be an assistant. Time for the anthems. Caught a glimpse of some of their fans in the stands. The Lithuanians always very well supported. What a moment it is for the players, what a moment it is for the fans as they watch this one. Kosovo taking on Lithuania. A look at the roster for Lithuania. Just caught a glimpse of a couple of their players. Talked about their captain, who was back in the mix. Hadn't been part of the team since 2014, and also one player who has lit up the Champions League this season, who's had a great start to the campaign. Arnas Butkevicius, the shooting forward. And very quickly also saw the Kosovo lineup. Berisha will be the player who will be looked to by his teammates to try and really take on these Lithuanians and put on the numbers, as he has been doing in the pre-qualifying games. There are your officials: Luis Castillo, Boris Krejic, and Vyacheslav Velikov, the latter from Bulgaria. Teams just going through their paces, and I was talking earlier about the groupings in Group C and the rankings. Just to complete it, Hungary was number 41, Poland 32, Kosovo 96, and Lithuania number 6. So Kosovo getting inside the top 100. Really a team on the up in terms of what they've been able to do the last couple of months. There you look at the coach of Lithuania sitting down, Adomaitis. Always handy to have that for tactics and play selection, play calling. If they can win this game, obviously from their perspective, Lithuania, that is the primary goal. If they can do it and maybe rest some of the regulars as we look forward to the next couple of games, then even better for Lithuania. Just feel that with this atmosphere, if you look at a sport, for example, like football, you have a big underdog taking on somebody at home. The first stages are so important. If they can just keep close and not fall behind too early, then the fans really can get into it. The belief would rise for the players from Kosovo, and they could make something of it. I was talking about the coach for Kosovo, Brad Greenberg, had experience as an assistant in Los Angeles, also in New York. His brother is involved in basketball. He has a lot of experience. He used to, for example, work as an assistant with Venezuela. And he said he loved that experience. He's currently coaching second division side in Turkey. And we're just about ready to go for the start of this one in Group C between Kosovo and Lithuania in Pristina. Virtually a packed house at this arena. Officials getting ready, get things started. He's testing his throw there. The referee as we approach tip-off in Pristina. This is the start of a long process, and the teams hope it's going to be a fruitful one. 12 will eventually make it to China 2019. 12 from Europe, that is. Set to go. Hungary, by the way, has an early lead over Poland in the other group game, 29-22. Poland, nation that Berisha used to represent. So the start will be key, will be pivotal in this first quarter. Can Kosovo keep it close? Oh, Lithuania get off to a great start in this one. Tip off between Kadis and Shoshi. Goes in the favor of Kosovo right into the corner. Picked up by Lithuania as they set out their style. The key performers for them. Gudzunas on the ball. Working inside the paint. Dished off. Back for a shooting opportunity. Off the rim, but it is an offensive rebound and it is put away. Already pressing, haranguing, trying to get possession back. Lithuania, an important game for them after what happened at Eurobasket. They want to get Berisha involved as much as they can. Kosovo, for the time being, is the number 11, and there he is. More of that they will take. Didn't take long for him to get off the mark, did it? Almost stolen away. Decided to rework it is Saibutis. He is forced out. Turnover, quick turnover. And it's possession, Kosovo. There is Bamforth. Last time playing in the US collegiate system. Went undrafted in the NBA. Berisha looking for Bamforth. Those two will have a lot to say in terms of the outcome. And they'll take much more of that. If they can get offensive rebounds from players like Shoshi, as he did there, it'll cause a great start for Kosovo. Up to a 5-2 lead. Saibutis hauled down. I think it was Berisha who did that on Kadis. Yeah, just the outstretched arm there from Berisha. I don't think he can have any arguments at all driving toward the basket. This time they do eventually soak up the rebound. Kosovo, and it is Berisha who start the charge for them. Nifty dribbling And a not bad shot either. What a super start for him, 2 for 2 from the field. And it's 7-2, 5-point lead for Kosovo. You wouldn't think this Lithuania side would be shell-shocked at all, and especially after that nice layup from Saibutis. Just directing some of the traffic. That was Morina, big man. Now he moves away. Oh, look at that. That is just stunning. Once again from Berisha. He knew that he had to get a lot of loft on that ball because the defender is coming to try and close him down over the outstretched arm. And he has started on fire. 7 points already. Firing in the early stages, Kosovo. But Kavicius, we just saw him there, the man who had sparkled in the Champions League, part of the golden generation, 1992, making his debut. I wouldn't say they're rattled, but Kosovo has been the team that's got off to a better start, no question. Rogova on the ball, and he dishes it back to Bamforth, who will take it up for Kosovo. Attempted to be pushed away. Morina coming in outside the three-point line. It's on the ball again, Berisha. And already he's being closed down, trying to be closed down. Well, he was bound to miss one after the great start that he had. Maybe a high-risk shot there. Opportunity for Lithuania with the three, but off the rim it goes from Orlik. Soaking up the rebound once again, puts it away. Does put Kavicius. He's talking about how excited he was to be called up to play for this side. Lithuania used to play for the manager, for the head coach at club level, so that always bodes well. Head coach knowing the player, and he was called up, and not only called up, but obviously in the starting lineup as well. Oh, would have been an opportunity to get three there, but he'll be happy enough, I think, to get to the free throw line. Berisha, happy enough to start if you're on the Kosovo side. After that air shot a couple of moments ago, missing that first shot. Tones there makes the second one. Bamforth trying to close down. Saibutis quickly passes to Kavicius. Still on the ball, but Kavicius, and it's such a nifty pass to Sepakaitis. Experience on this Lithuania team. That was something the captain, the newly installed captain, was talking about. Lovinovic. He was a twin brother, of course. He was not on the national team. Nifty dribbling once again by Berisha, worked inside, and that's a lovely touch from Shoshi. It's been the case of Berisha and Shoshi so far, who have been doing the damage. Space for the three, off the rim. Kavicius there with the rebound. Well, that's a very, very difficult shot, the reverse layup. He was crowded out. Berisha can break. And unlucky there. But they get it back. And doesn't miss there. Morina. The lead is now 6 for Kosovo, 14-8 as we approach the midway mark of this first quarter, past the midway mark. Long range opportunity, swish, all net there from Sebutis. Just to keep things close in his first quarter. Back forth in possession. He too played a big part in the Lithuania. Driving all the way to the basket, just beaten one-on-one, simple as that. And as for a start from this Kosovo side, well, couldn't have been any better. Easily gets the better of Hrdzunas. Did Bamforth there, driving to the basket. First time out in this game, 16-11. Maintained his 5-point advantage. Giving out instructions is the head coach there, Brad Greenberg. He'll be content, I think, with the start in this one. No sign of any nerves, and in fact, it's been the opposite. Kosovo really taking advantage of playing at home, playing in this great atmosphere. Always like to see packed stadiums. It doesn't have to be a massive stadium, but the atmosphere is tremendous inside this complex. Players able to feed off the energy of the fans. But hey, can they maintain this? Can Kosovo possibly maintain this and keep it going? Sabutis is seeing a lot of the ball. Now it's time for the sub there. Skavicius nails a three. A couple of three-pointers in a row now for Lithuania. He averaged 20 minutes in the last 5 Eurobasket games. Scored 20 points against Italy. Continuation of that with that lovely three. He thought about a three there. Bamforth, he eventually went for it. Downtown. They trade three-pointers. They are feeding off this emotion and the energy from the crowd. Attempting to be blocked off there is the big guy. Bamforth is now left with him, so there's an opportunity to go to Slepakaitis. They can find him now. They switch. It is Shoshi who reverts to the big man. Stripped almost in possession. There he is. Oh, you banked him to make that the way he's been playing. Look, vicious. But rebounding so far has been in favor of Lithuania. Driving toward the basket. Yet again, they gobble it up. And if they're going to get those opportunities, keep getting those rebounds, then that's what is going to happen. So maybe that's the only facet of the game where the head coach is a little bit frustrated with Kosovo, those rebounds, especially those offensive rebounds, which can be so tough. Well, he just conceded there, and he had to. Skavicius, he wasn't going to get close enough. Shoshi, once again, the man who is putting the points for Kosovo. Three players have been doing it for Kosovo. Once again, they gobble it up and slammed home by Slepakaitis. Slam dunk. Well, that was a bit of an unlucky board, if you could say that, for Kosovo, because it was well back in the key. It wasn't those that was just dribbling under the net. Reduce the arrears to 3. I'll have to shoot right there because the shot clock was winding down. And there was really no chance to do much with that. It was a 6-point deficit. They've clawed it back to 3 now, Lithuania. The chance to tie it in this sequence. New man in for Lithuania. Vaskalauskas. Stolen temporarily by Banforth. Good effort. In comes Mikai for Kosovo. First stop, can play a few positions. Mikai finding the big man. Lithuania getting so many opportunities. What quick vision there. That was superb from Jiskevicius, who found the man in the paint. Nifty passing. And it's Sefakaitis who administers the finishing touch. 21-20 now. As we come to the end of the first quarter in Pristina. Here's Mikai on the ball. Plenty of space inside the paint. There's nobody there. No options for him. Has to shoot, and that's going a bit astray for Kosovo. Lithuania gradually caught up. Has a chance to take a lead now. Here's the captain, Levidovic. Temporarily had space inside the paint. Now he's just to the corner outside three-point land. Vicious long three doesn't come off. Stan Kosovo able to get the rebound, falling fortunately to Berisha. Drive toward the basket. Off the glass. And the quarter. And a very, very good quarter it has been for Kosovo. Yes, they had a 6-point lead. That's been dwindled down to 1. But to have a lead against Lithuania after the first quarter, impressive stuff from Kosovo. Playing its first qualifying campaign in the World Cup. This is a team that tried to qualify for the last Eurobasket. Didn't have success. Didn't win any of its games. 0-6 in Group B. Group that eventually got the winner in the whole tournament. Slovenia was in that group. It wasn't a great campaign for Kosovo. Their points differential in that qualifying campaign for Eurobasket was minus 127, only second behind Albania in terms of the worst differential. But you could see the adjustments they've made, the progress they've made to get to the stage now where they are. World Cup qualifying in Europe, got through those pre-qualifiers for the World Cup. Leaders so far after that first quarter. Berisha was 6 for Kosovo, 6 for Shoshi, 5 for Banforth, the usual suspects for Kosovo. As for Lithuania, they spread it around. Saibutis with 5, Jiskevicius with 3, Butkevicius with 2. I was talking about rebounds and how they've been pivotal so far in this game. Total rebounds, 11 for Lithuania. And just the 5 for Kosovo. So imperative for Kosovo if they are to win this game is to get those rebounds, especially when they're in their own half. Number of offensive rebounds in this game. There have been too many if you're a Kosovo supporter, 8-3. But they've fared very well. Overall, Kosovo beginning this second quarter. Push there. Give it against Jiskevicius. Point guard. Berisha from long distance. He's dried up now just a little bit, started off. And Berisha not happy with something there. I think he was not happy with the positioning of one of his teammates. Driving toward the basket, but that's a block. This is my house. It's one of the hashtags for the qualifiers, and in that case, who was saying that was Rugova. Plucked away, and of course you can catch all the action and find out about all the latest information with the free app, free FIBA app. These qualifiers thought about a shot. Berisha, the star man for Kosovo, just makes his exit temporarily, as does Tikiki. So maybe there's an opportunity here for Lithuania without Berisha. Bamforth finding his opponent from 3-point distance, but just rimmed out Rugova. That was unlucky for him. Vasilevskis in possession, back in possession after exchanging passes with the captain, who gets it back. They go back and forth. Long distance three. Gets to the same thing. Nalius with a bit of bad luck there. Three-pointer cupped. That was off the glass from Bamforth. Lithuania probably thought early stages when Kosovo were banging all the shots that, yeah, it has to dry up sometime, and it is drying up now. Really probably feeling a matter of time before Lithuania take the lead. Will it be here? They get another offensive rebound. Block off his man there, Lavrinovic, once again. Pick and roll there, but they lose possession. Took over in 2016 as head coach. Adomaitis. Nothing to forget about what happened at Eurobasket. Lost to Greece, where they really struggled. Three-point line, they were only 6 for 24, 25%, whereas Greece were so much better, around 45%. So that was probably the big difference there. Lost the game against Greece. Slovenia, the eventual champions. A couple of key performers for them, Dragic and Doncic. Vesely. Sefakaitis, back to Bamforth. Here's Bamforth. Fouled. Juskovic is the player who committed that foul for Lithuania. Two fouls now already against him. Vesely to Bamforth. Long range three. Off the rim from Rugova. And is this where Lithuania takes the lead? Well worked, creating the space, a lot of space, but no, not yet. Unfortunate for Juskovic, the ball just running away from him when he was right there, but they get it back. There he is to come out to block again, just to create that opportunity, the shooting opportunity. In the end, it goes back to the captain. It'll turn, and they do it right at death, and the shot clock winding down. Lithuania had this lead. First time. 22-21. Quickly, they get it back. Kosovo. Rugova. A couple of Rugovas on the roster for Kosovo. That one was Piznik. Captain showing his touch from long distance three-pointer for Lavrinovic. He was saying that it would have been nice to have his twin brother on the team as well, but not getting the call up. They were instrumental in club play on the side in Lithuania. Maybe a fast break opportunity there. In the end, it slows it down. Desgailis. Vasilauskis. Try it again. Had every right to try that, given he made the previous one. But just has to keep it close in this situation, not allow Lithuania to get too far ahead. It is the lead 2 now only for Lithuania. Midway point in the second half. Adamaitis ahead of the game was talking about his opposition, Kosovo, and he was maybe half joking, but you get the point when he said that he expected players like Banforth and Berisha to play 40 minutes in the game, and you would expect after this timeout for Berisha to come back, get back on the floor. Lithuania side that has a long history playing in the Olympics. If you look at the calendar year, 1 year after another, 2019 will be World Cup in China, and then 2020, of course, the Tokyo Games. Comes around very quickly. Fans in good voice, and why not? Not only with the scoreline, but a historic moment playing in this qualifying game. Very, very young nation when it comes to basketball. Obviously, only becoming a member in 2015, and handling themselves very well in this game. See the banners there, Dardan. Reminder that he is actually playing in the same city where he plays his club basketball. Extra special moment for him. Kept it on the ball, Lavrinovic. Crowded out 2-on-1. It was a better time to be shooting there because he did have some time. Very quick pass to Shoshi. He hasn't been on the score sheet for a while and not going to continue there. Whose ball is it? Kosovo. Good work there just to put the pressure on the opposition. The two men who were inside the paint by Rugova. Couldn't quite gather it cleanly, Galias. Be mindful there, didn't go out. Shoshi. Here is Berisha, thought about it quickly. Now is going to go for the long range three. Driving toward the basket. Oh, I thought it was going to just roll in for Galias. It's Banforth's turn. And we're level. 25 apiece. Surrounded by three players, but you could just see the way that he turned his shoulder, made the space, just gave himself time to pull off that shot. Captain will be on the line. Reinforcements on for Lithuania, including Butkevicius. Just chatted with one of his teammates, lining things up. Speaking of lining things up, he did there. Lavrinovic. Makes two. done his job for the time being, the captain. 7 points already. I'll take a bit of a breather. Possession to Lithuania. Good movement off the ball from them. Gerdzunas on the ball now. Pick and roll. There was an opportunity for Kadis. They bypassed him. Didn't need to go to him. Four-point lead now. They've just stretched it a little bit. Imperative for Kosovo. Keep it close. Not allow Lithuania to get a big lead. Maybe that would just take a dent on the belief of Kosovo. Well, he hasn't made one for a while now, Berisha. And they really need him to come alive and find his range from long distance, because that is how they score a lot of their points. They rely on Berisha, rely on Bamforth. Two guards. Benzius, one of those players who did play at Eurobasket. Cheaply given away. That's cheaply given away by Lithuania when they had the chance to really stretch the lead. Maybe up to 7 points. Foul called on Lithuania. Just for his confidence, this will be a good time for Berisha to find his shooting boots once again. Thing is, though, you know he's going to keep going for shots, and as well he needs to. Shoshi, he finds him. He's quickly fouled. Holding his hand up. Taking the responsibility there. Sepakaitis. First time up the line today for Shoshi. It was funny. You saw his face. He didn't know if that was going to go in. Thought it might have gone wide, but it goes in just off the rim. 2 points, 29-27. Yep, clear foul there. Grabbing of the jersey on Marina. Gerdzunas. Sabutis. Back to where it came from. Makes the space for himself. Thought they're going to get another offensive rebound. Another hand there. I think that was Shoshia who's committed the foul, so it is going to be up at the line again, Lithuania. Butkavicius. Strange miss for him. He's missed both. So unable to pad the lead. Lithuania. Here's Berisha being chased. Back to Bamforth. Shot clock winding down. Berisha, he'll take that, I think. Because the shot clock was winding down, then looked like he was in all sorts of trouble where he was on the court. Fouled by Butkavicius. Opportunity for Berisha to end his drought and get back on the board. It's been a while. Early in the first quarter. Here we go. And unlike Butkevicius, he has made both in the line. And we are level. Second quarter, 29-all. Nifty passing. Quickly done, and that time they had numbers. The advantage inside the paint. Sepakaitis. The man who took advantage at the last. Here's Berisha. Maybe those 2 points from line will spur him on a little bit. Oh, how did he miss that? But he gets his own rebound, and this time takes advantage, so no worry there. Or Rugova. Timeout called. And you maybe suspected that once Lithuania got the lead, they would go on to increase that lead, but not so. They've kept it very close. Kosovo. They're doing a slightly better job now on the rebound front. Kosovo, it was so lopsided first quarter. Just staying with them now, just maintaining the same pace in terms of rebounding. But maybe not surprising. This is a huge differential as the points coming from the bench. Obviously, you would expect Lithuania to have much more depth, and that is being shown right now. 18 points off the bench for Lithuania. Points to 4, the bench points. Two main men for Kosovo, discussing strategy. Slabutis driving all the way. He just was unguarded. After he beat his man, there was no chance he was going to be caught. Slabutis, he wanted a foul as well. Thought that he was caught on the hand. Nothing given by the officials. And the foul is coming thick and fast now. Now he's shooting 2. Rugova, as Lithuania opt to make a change. Perfect 2 for 2 from the line. Berisha. Meanwhile, Banfor's just giving some instructions to his teammate. Once again, we're back level in the second quarter, 33-all. Kosovo more than hanging tough against Lithuania, a team that is ranked number 6 in the world to Kosovo's number 96. Oh, you thought for all the world he was going to make it going under the basket with the layup, but he was fouled. Reason why he was unable to put the finishing touch there. Slabutis. At the line is Lithuania, a chance to take the lead. – Second shot now. Or Saibutis. He does get one. Danforth, as ever, taking it forward. And Brisha right there. Two men out to try and cover him down. Quick feet, dribbling from Brisha. Had the space there with the turn, great turn from Brisha. So after he was able to get to the free throw line and sink those two, it's been a recurrence of what we saw early in the first quarter from Brisha. And this time the rebound is gobbled up by Kosovo. Brisha on it. Quick range three. One fall for him. This could be the last opportunity. 26 on the shot clock. Around the same time left in the first half. Who will have the lead at the end of the first half? 35-34 to Kosovo. Trying to work this one opportunity. Lithuania. Foul called on Rugova. And cheap fouls now because they're on the line. Although I guess you could say with the way that they've shot from the line, they've been a bit up and down. Haven't had many opportunities, Lithuania. And that one is missed. It's only the captain who has been perfect so far from the line. Image struggling aside from him. But that's one. Yeah, a timeout called. Let's go over the last play potentially of this first half. Kosovo will try to get it right, try and enter the break with the lead. That'd be huge. Psychologically, have a lead against Lithuania. Supported in good numbers. Those Lithuanian fans have made the trip to Kosovo. And from a neutral perspective, well, now this scoreline 35-35. Okay, given how they played Lithuania, Eurobasket maybe someone felt that it's not a vintage Lithuania side, but at the same time, very young in terms of games. Kosovo haven't played a lot together. It's still they're able to do this. 35 apiece. .13 seconds left on the clock. In the second quarter, Lithuania will not want to foul. Kosovo has been good at the line, especially Danforth and Brisha. They'll have to keep it away from their hands if they're Lithuania. Oh, that's a desperation attempt there, and that's a missed opportunity for Kosovo to try and go into halftime with the lead. But once the ball got out of possession of Danforth, and it wasn't to Brisha either, then that was Lithuania's time. You thought to swarm as they did on defense. And so at the break, it will be 35 apiece between Kosovo and Lithuania. Entertaining first half, a first half where Kosovo came out flying out of the blocks. Field goal percentage, they cooled down inevitably, they had to. After that great start, Lithuania gradually coming into the game and getting a lot of great support from the bench. Lithuania, that's been one of the differences in terms of points and distribution of the points. Many more contributing for Lithuania, whereas for Kosovo, Brisha, Danforth, Shoshi have been the three main contributors for Kosovo. Turnovers about the same. Leading point scorers for both sides, Berisha 14 for Kosovo and for Lithuania. A couple of players with 8. Sapkaitis and also Sabutis as we look at some of the highlights of that first half. So in the start of the game, it was very much a case of Kosovo lighting it up from the floor. Went out to a 7-2 lead in the game. It was Berisha who was firing early. 7 points in the early stages for him. And then after that, Lithuania gradually getting into the game. Again, the bench strength helping Lithuania, getting a lot of contributions from the bench. And that's been really, the whole theme hasn't changed too much. It's been a couple of key contributors for Kosovo. And the points spread around. If you are Lithuania, you would say obviously that Kosovo a little bit happier with that half. I mean, anybody realistically thinking that in this situation, Kosovo holding Lithuania level at halftime, yeah, they would have taken that every day of the week. Of course, this has been somewhat of a fortress, at least in pre-qualifying for Kosovo. And they beat Estonia, they beat Macedonia. Those wins came here in Pristina, so good memories of playing in Pristina. Russia plays his club basketball in Pristina. Teams warming up in Pristina, getting set for the second half. What was a very entertaining first half. A first half that may have surprised onlookers in terms of the scoreline. It's not a huge lead. It's not a blowout advantage for Lithuania. It's 35 apiece. The home side, Kosovo, only 2 years in as a full member of FIBA, more than holding its own against Lithuania. Going to the match and going to the game, you would have said, okay, the perimeter shooting of Kosovo has to be working. When you look at their key players, Berisha and Danforth, and that has been the case for a large part of the game. You wouldn't say throughout, because there was a long dry patch for Berisha early part of the first quarter, then into the second quarter, but he was able to recover his touch going into the halftime break, leading the way for Kosovo. Lithuania have been doing it, getting a lot of different contributors. The captain is certainly kicked in. He has contributed his points, back being part of the squad after 3 years. Lavrinovic leading the way in terms of scoring for Lithuania. You do have Stepakaitis with 8, same as Saibutis, 7 for Lavrinovic, 6 for Butkavesius. That's a good contribution. So 4 players up, approaching double digits, you would say, whereas Berisha is the big one, the big leader for Kosovo, 14 points. Well, Shoshi has had 8. Bulk of those were early in the first quarter. Rebounds, the edge has certainly gone to Lithuania. They've picked up a lot of offensive rebounds, which can be so pivotal, so important. They were using that to their advantage in the early stages, no doubt. Berisha field goals 4 for 12. So certainly he can shoot a lot better in terms of percentage than what he has shown, but he's been great from the line. 5 for 6. Leading the way in field goals. It has been Shoshi. Actually, he's been shooting from pretty close distance. 3 for 4, 75%. Danforth is at 50%. And if you are Lithuania, Lavrinovic picking his spots in terms of when to shoot. He's up at around 70%. Stepakaitis, same thing, up at around 70%. But Kavicius has been perfect. 3 for 3. 2-point territory, but is 0 for 2 so far from the line. See those hashtags, FIBA World Cup. If you don't have the app, that's a great place to start. Catch up on all the information, find out what's happening. There's so many games today and this weekend coming up as we build towards the next phase and then eventually get to China. And also see the hashtag, this is my house. There are some great blocks to the game earlier between Congo and Egypt. Some monstrous blocks. There you would say, yeah, this is my house. That's the guy who's blocked it. Nowhere near my house. What is the second half going to hold? But ready to start the second half? Well, Kosovo pull off what would be a huge, huge upset against Lithuania. It's all going to come down to one half because we're level into second half. Didn't have a lot of room to play that pass. Still tried to do so. It's given away. Cheap turnover right to start the half by Saibutis. Back in the hands of Danforth. Then he had a chance for an alley-oop, but to bypass Shoshi. Berisha is on the ball. Good movement from Kosovo. Still in possession. Yet, oh, well, that would have been, stunning if they would have pulled that off. Desperation. A shame that was missed. That was by Marino. Just couldn't put the finishing touch on what would have been a spectacular sequence there. Instead, Lithuania go the other way. And he would say there, from where he is in the paint there, Saibutis, yeah, I probably expected to do better. Back in possession. Saibutis. Kirtzunas. Thought about the long range 3, elected to go elsewhere. Orlik. he was claiming he was fouled. Nothing given. May have been pushed back or pulled back right at the start there. Sepakaitis, but nothing given by the referees. First shot to Bamforth. Block. Cheap way to give away possession there. Infraction called on Morina. Butkevicius right in the corner. Just took his eye off the ball there temporarily. Sepakaitis. Back for a big three. You could see the flight of the ball when it left his hand. Orlik. That was looking good. A huge three to give Lithuania the first points in the second half. They've traded and gone back and forth in this encounter, so can Kosovo come back? Well, a judge there to have pushed Berisha. He was puzzled, the look on his face, being given that foul. Morina looking for somebody right on the sidelines. Finds Bamforth, the guy that he wants to find, either Bamforth or Berisha. Directing the traffic, wasn't quick enough, wasn't up to it. Marina. Almost given away, Urugova. Very alert there to at least foil that sequence, nullify the fast break. Well, it was looking like it was going to be a great opportunity for Sepakaitis, working in the 1-2. Those fouls have crept up 12-10. Quite a few stoppages now since midway late part of the second quarter. Not as free flowing as what we saw to begin this. He didn't want the ball there. I think he was just trying to create some space. Bamforth. And speaking of fouls, also turnovers to begin the second set. Orlik just hit that big three. Back it is to Orlik, so why not try again? And same thing. Lovely arc, lovely flight of the ball there. 2 threes in succession. 6-point gap. Biggest lead for Lithuania. So Kosovo do need to get on the board. Stop this momentum, but it's not going to happen here. Chance to break quickly. Gridzunas, he was driving toward the basket. Oh, for all the world, it looked like Sepakaitis was just going to put that rebound in. But Lithuania still in possession. Good start to the second half for Lithuania. Bamforth once again shouting out instructions. He's getting some instructions from the bench. Acres of space, and was not going to miss that. Butkevicius. So Kosovo has not yet got on the board in the second half. It's a run, 8-0 in terms of points for Lithuania. 43-35. Getting the better of it in the rebound, second chance points, as you can see there, when they get a second opportunity. If Kosovo could somehow find a way to just clean up in that area, get the boards, prevent those second chances for Lithuania, we'd have a different score. This puts so much pressure on the likes of Danforth, also Berisha. They know they need to step it up and shoot well from the perimeter. Automatically just increases the pressure on them to do so. Attempting to stop this 8-0 run against them, Kosovo. Trying to find Berisha, but can't get to him. Good defense there from Lithuania. Completely looking at Berisha there. Was Orlik, the man who had made those threes. Pressing very well. Just need a bit of help from somewhere. Kosovo off the bench. Wry smile there. It is Berisha in possession, finding Marina. Back with it, Berisha. Is that a charge? Yes, it is. Pump of the fist there from Driskavicius. He didn't think it was a charge, having a word with the referee. You see there, just holding his ground. And so Lithuania can now go about trying to pad this advantage. Orlik, who has been the star performer so far in the second half for Lithuania. Who almost pulled that one off as well. And he was going away from the basket. Quickly back forth to Berisha. Blocked. But they keep possession, just showing a bit of frustration now. Berisha, things not falling his way, things not falling Kosovo's way. And I think the fans noticed that, so now they're just trying to get behind their team, Kosovo. Keep them in it, try to keep them in it mentally. Need some points. Need it very quickly. Marina. Rugova. Berisha near the center half, center line. Foul. Another little smile there from Driskavicius. I think that he thinks the referee is being a little bit fussy in this situation. We'll take that if you are Kosovo. Almost 5 points into the second half, and they've yet to get on the board, so anything will do in the situation. Yeah, he couldn't believe it that he was called there for a foul. Foul was on Driskavicius. First time he misses from the free throw line, Berisha. Will he get one of the two? No, rolls out, rims out. Worst possible start for Kosovo in this second half, very dissimilar to what happened to begin this game. Now trying for a double-digit advantage for the first time, Lithuania. Oh, that's lovely. Looked like he was up against it. Shoshi with good defending there. Able to turn his body just so. Right off the glass. Lovely work. Miskavicius. Long range three from Bantforth. No, that's not falling their way. Foul called against Lithuania. But it is now a 10-point lead for Lithuania. They've pulled away in the second half. Shoshi now on the line. Three for three. That makes them both for a perfect 4 for 4. Vasilevskis calling for a bit of assistance as he moves forward, being guarded by Bamforth. Block attempt there, that's a foul on Vesely. Well, he just made sure there that he caught the referee's attention. A bit theatric. Captain dishing it back. Out of the guard position, long range, long distance. That would have been something special. In by Vasilevskis. Bamforth finding Berisha. Oh, that is gorgeous. He took the body contact from the big man. Off the glass it went. Just a perfect angle. He was able to get it right off the backboard. So they've gotten this momentum, a little bit of it back. It was a 10-point lead. Timeout called by Lithuania. Double the assists for Lithuania. That would make sense. They're getting more of the ball, and also Kosovo more content to really shoot from the perimeter. They're trying to work it inside the paint. Well, from 2 points, Kosovo doing a good job. Better. Lithuania, 3 points has been a difference. Head coach there, Greenberg, I think, was he chatting to the referee? Hold not being called against Lithuania. Free run. Not going to miss that. Miskavicius. Talking about his recent good form, Miskavicius has carried it over into today's game. Unable to keep it out of the hands of Bamforth. Could just hand a poke, try and get the ball away, and that was maybe needless because they were in trouble. Kosovo. The shot clock was winding down to 6 seconds, and he was facing away from the basket. So just that little poke. Hand going into the midriff area by Gallius. Escape there for Kosovo. Both made by Benforth. Is taking it up for Lithuania. Putting his hands up, trying to get back into position to cover the captain there, Levinovic. Thought about the long distance. Went there just inside three-point line. Felt he had no other options there and time was running out. Benforth, oh, that is great work to really work that space for himself. Pushing his defender back. And not only makes the two, but will get the chance also to finish it from the line. Just a hand left in there. Completely outdone. Vasilauskis. Well, second one to come. Orlik has made a great contribution when he's been out on the court. Back up to 5 this lead for Lithuania. Rugova to Berisha. Just exchanged a glance there. Wow. Driving 3 around him. The release on the layup was just stunning there from Berisha. Well, is that going to be 3? Tried to work potentially 3 from the line there. Stop start. A lot of stop starts now. A lot of whistles, fouls from the line. Vasilauskis in possession, long range 3, air ball, but Orlik is there. Oh, that's so nicely done. Great decision making, finding his put away by Karis. Hand left in there, nothing called. Oh, talk about that. Great fast break and sealed ball, stealing the show in the second half. Stunning three again, Orlik. So as quickly as they had gotten the lead down and gotten close to Lithuania, now it's back up to 9. That's a blow for Kosovo. Orlik from a three-point land, 3 for 5, great percentage, 60%. His numbers have really climbed up now, 12 points. Approaching now the final stages of this third quarter, 9-point lead. About to be extended, yep. And you could say there, okay, you know what? He was in a great position, wasn't going to miss that layup, so why give away that foul? Chance now for a three. Finish, which would take the lead to 12. Will be the biggest lead so far. But Cadiz can't put it away, but they retain possession. So maybe even better for Lithuania. Second bite at the cherry, in possession here. Oh, that's just, you know, sometimes the flight, you can tell by the flight when it leaves the shooter's hand what's going to happen. It was just a sweet shot. Miskavicius there was the one. Danforth driving. They need this three. Not going to get it. And if you're Lithuania, you'll say, okay, you can try that shot because the ball wasn't in the hands of either Danforth or Berisha. 14 points now. Biggest lead of the game. Time winding down. Oh, they're trying the alley-oop. Wasn't going to happen. Off the foot of Lithuania. So possession going to Kosovo. One more play here for Kosovo to end the third quarter. Need a lift. Need to get some points going into the fourth quarter. Trying to find Berisha. He's able to find Berisha, and that's needless. Needless if you're Lithuanian. Look where he is on the court. He's virtually at his own basket. And the head coach there will not be happy at all with the performance there, with the play there from Giedraitis. He started off well from the line, did Berisha. Just tailing off. Gets that one. So 60-47. Last shot here for Lithuania. Third quarter. Kosovo not wanting to foul in this situation. Last shot well worked. Air ball. Doesn't go in for Lithuania. But that was a great quarter for Lithuania. That could be the quarter which really puts away Kosovo. They were tied at the break, 35 apiece on that run to start. Made it 45-35. Able to once again pull it close, make it close, but then another run just to end the quarter. And now it's looking pretty safe, you would say, for Lithuania. I'll be happy with what happened in the third quarter. No question, the Lithuanian fans was 120. Second quarter, level again, 15-14 really. The third quarter, big difference, 25 points to 12 for Lithuania. Not quite the final score in this one. Still have a quarter to play. Lithuania will want the outcome to stay the same in terms of them having the advantage. What a job Orlik has done. Kemenius Orlik from long range has been the star, no question, either side. But up and down has been Berisha, but yeah, without his contributions would be a different scoreline, that's for sure. Ashdari will start the fourth quarter for Kosovo. Was that a push? Yuskavicius, just judging by the body language there. Hands are up, and then the ball goes out. But his possession to Lithuania. Took a second. Inside the paint, then outside the paint. Was he pushed? Was that a foul on Lithuania? Yes. Gallius was briefly on the ball. Off the rim as they cannot extend this advantage. Gonna need a whole lot of threes, you would think, to get back in this game. Kosovo. They can break Lithuania. Kavicius. Well, there's an opportunity to dish it out to one of his teammates. Traveling called on Karis. Bamforth. Hajdari. We doesn't see a lot of playing time today so far. Back to Bamforth. Berisha. Closed down immediately, but there's a chance for a three to Hajdari. Need those to fall for them. And again, look at how many green shirts there were in and around the basket. That tells you that they're there to take in all those rebounds. It is a perimeter game for Kosovo. Can't rely on those rebounds. Dished out well wide. He's back on the score sheet, Gallius. 63-47. Long range pass. But Kavicius behind the back. No look pass. Sealed with a big dunk. And a timeout called by Kosovo. You can understand why now. This game is really getting beyond their reach. 18 points. Bit of freewheeling there. The no-look pass. Well, the head coach there is saying something very telling. Got to get back to the game. Just because we're missing doesn't mean we go away from our game. So he feels things aren't going the way they want in terms of the approach, the strategy, the way that they should be playing. Even if the game could be out of their reach now, they just need to, again, try and get back some momentum. This group still features 2 more games for both sides. I think the head coach was calling for some of the team there, just trying to help out Banforth when he's going for shots, if they can pull off some screens, if they can make it easier for Banforth to try and shoot. .18 advantage. Banforth is on the ball to Berisha. There's an opportunity for a 3. Well, they worked it well. That's a shot that they'd want, so I don't think the coach is going to be too disappointed with that, because he had the space there, Danforth. It's missing in the execution there. Lithuania now with a 3. Well, from one side to the other. Yuskevicius punishes Kosovo with that 3. First time now 20 points. The differential, 21. Quickly with the hand up, saying, yep, it was me. I committed that foul. Wanted to commit that foul. He did, rather than give him a free run right to the basket. Vasilevskis. So on the line, it will be Rugova. One more to come, as pointed out by the referee. Makes both. Approaching the key. Once again, they feed it out wide. 3 there, but they are able to gobble up the rebound, something they've done the entire evening. Benzius, who was there to apply the finishing touch there off that rebound. Foul called on the number 15, Sepakaitis. Back into the arms of Berisha, traveling forward, dishing it out wide. Banforth calling for it outside the perimeter. 2 players looking at each other, 2-on-1, odd man advantage. That's a lovely block. Still possession though, Lithuania. Slow it down. And this time he is fouled. No question about that, Sepakaitis. Sepakaitis getting a little bit scrappy. Referees are quick as well to call anything down. I guess some referees, you would say, let play run a little bit more than others. They've been going to the whistle very quick, the referees in this one. He's still looking for solutions, trying to get some positivity back into this team. Greenberg incorporating a substitution. So it is Ikai, who hasn't seen much playing time, who is now on the court. Long range 3. Lithuania with the rebound. Gallius driving forward inside the paint. He's blocked. Possession still with Lithuania, but only 3 now on the shot clock. It was Shoshi with the block. This has to be quick. What are they going to do here? Lithuania, somebody can latch out, try and find some space from the outside. There it is. Well, in the end, had time. Had a lot of time, but no ill effects after missing. They continue to pile up on the rebounds too. Lithuania has been the biggest difference, I think, in this game. Rebounds, both offensive and defensive. Another one that is picked up by Lithuania. Just a slip there from Gallius. Able to recover his footwork. Gerdzunas. 5.5 left on the clock, and that was pretty effortless. Very effortless indeed. Gallius finding his range in a couple of threes. Here's Berisha on the ball. Leading in, he was trying to draw a foul. Nothing given. Quickly dished out, 3-on-1. And it's put away. Almost 30 points now, this lead for Lithuania. Very quickly this game has gotten away from Kosovo. He's made a contribution, Benzius. One of those holdovers from Eurobasket, one of the 3, and again, one of them was injured. Krionis, ankle injury, that's why he's not playing.
We got 5 minutes. Whoever's on the court these 5 minutes got to play every possession. That's all we ask. Let's not give up layups. When they got 3 guys down the floor, we only got 1 on defense. And we don't jump the ball. We play too many good minutes to not keep playing. If you're too tired to play now, let me know. Now we got to play.
Well, the coach there is saying, I think, some wise words. That they put in a lot of good minutes, so many good minutes to kind of go with a whimper. So he's calling for that effort, just to maintain the effort. That's what they showed early in this game, and also he was asking his team, okay, if anybody's tired, let me know. But he doesn't want them to go out just with a whimper in this game. And it would be a shame. Remember, this was a game that was level at halftime. 35 apiece. It's been a blowout since that time, but from the coach's perspective, yeah, you want to see the players just not go away timely, not go away quietly. Try and finish level, maybe with Lithuania from here on in. You know, with this game also where it is lost, you know, they can just work the points a little bit more, work the sequences more, not try and go for quick shots too early. Shot clock here is winding down, so we had to pull the trigger there. Wow, that was downtown Pristina. Not that he's celebrating too much, Vanforth, but he should. It was an amazing 3. Look where he is, a couple of yards outside that perimeter line. Boom. They trade 3s. Now maybe not quite as dramatic. Nonetheless, still counts from Gerdzunas. 6'2" guard. And that's nice to see. Has had a lot of joy in terms of contributing on the score sheet. Was able to do so there, Marina. Little block there from Stepakaitis. Takes a tumble. Vanforth to Berisha. Back to Berisha. Marina is putting on that little screen. Consider that in the other game in this group, as he goes for the long three, Bamforth couldn't quite make it there. Poland winning over Hungary 70-60, so winning start for Poland. Chance to finish off from the free throw line potentially in this situation. Or Karis. So Poland off to a winning start. They're going to be joining Lithuania, or joined by Lithuania, you would assume, in this situation. Couldn't quite finish it off, but is it any surprise? Lithuania gets the rebound after they've been dominating that part of the game. Long range three. This is an opportunity for, we're talking about the Kosovo head coach, just to mix in other players, and the same thing for Lithuania. Superb form there, just great technique. Hitting that particular shot, the three. So good. I'll try it again. Well, why not? That is just spectacular. Effortlessly done. Chops in. For Bamforth. Next game's Sunday. Hungary will take on Kosovo, and Lithuania will take on Poland. So the two winners will go head-to-head on the Sunday. That'll be in FIBA and Lithuania, and that Hungary game against Kosovo will be taking place in Debrecen in Hungary. Karis. Almost now into double digits. If he can get this one, then he'll be up to 10 on the game. He has done so. Just the one player not on the score sheet for Lithuania. Vasilevskis. Oh, that's harsh. Krugel on Kosovo. He would have loved to get that. Driving toward the basket. Lovely layup. Gerdzunas. Quickly back the other way is Bamforth. Running to trouble there. Quickly running into opposition jerseys, those green jerseys. Gobbled up, put away by Gallius. And will they get to 100 in this game, Lithuania? Well, if you're just joining us and thinking this game was a blowout from start to finish, you'd be slightly mistaken there, because it was a great start by Kosovo. Super start, in fact. They were up 7-2 at halftime. It was 35 apiece. So that does tell you the second half has been a blowout. Lithuania picking up their game. Kosovo unable to just maintain the momentum. It was always going to be tough to do what they were doing. They were backing on great shots from the perimeter, shooting from the field. Much more depth on the side of Lithuania. That's shone through with flying colors in this Group C game. Gerdzunas on the line. Thinks them both. Now a minute remaining in Pristina between Kosovo and Lithuania. Bounce pass worked inside the Marina. Hook shot. Inside it goes. Looking for resignation on his face, but when they can reflect on this, I think they'll just dwell on the positives, and there have been a lot of positives in this one. Pushed as he's attempting that shot. And I think he'll get 3 in the situation. I thought I saw the referee point, say 3. He was outside the three-point marker there. Gallius, he too can get to double digits. Now 9 points for him. And one more to come. 5 players in double digits now in scoring for Lithuania. A lot of different players chipping in. Also tells you that, yeah, they've really piled up the points in the second half. Not much playing time he has seen today, Hassani, but seeing some here for Kosovo. Important maybe to get everybody involved in this qualifying campaign and just to get a lot of experience, as much experience as they can. Anybody on this side, very young side. Kosovo, last shot looks like it's going to be for Lithuania. Gerdzunas. Well, no, they're not going to go for a shot. They're just going to let it end that way. So the final score will be in this one, Lithuania 99, Kosovo 61. A winning start for Lithuania in these qualifiers after what was a disappointing Eurobasket for them, where they failed in the quarterfinals after they were the favorites to beat Greece in that quarterfinal. Well, interesting to see what the coach says in this one for Lithuania. Bit of a slow start, but they ran away with things in the second half. I think he'll dwell on that, look on that. Obviously be mindful of the adjustments that need to be made before you would think stiffer tests in this group for Lithuania. Still, what a historic occasion for fans here. First qualifier in the World Cup after they had to go through pre-qualifying to get to this stage. And they're well supported. It was great to have these fans in the stands. Packed house in Pristina. Look at some of the numbers there. Similar 2 points, but in three-point line, a huge difference. And three-point line, remember, that was where Lithuania really struggled in the quarterfinals against Greece at Eurobasket. So they're able to perform a lot better. If you look at the star performer, maybe, you know, they really did spread it around in terms of who contributed with the points, but maybe you would say the player that turned it around third quarter was Orlik. 12 points in total for him. And also 3 for 5 from three-point distance. And then as points started to come, I think the players started to relax a little bit more for Lithuania. And that's when everybody started to chip in, talking about the different depth from the players. Rebounds, very telling in this game. Total rebounds, 51 for Lithuania, 24 for Kosovo. What a huge difference that was. Just getting so many looks, so many cracks at the ball. As we look at some of the highlights from the game now. Bench points, 56-6. Wow, 50-point differential in the bench points. Points inside the paint, a little bit more for Lithuania, 42-30. Also, they had a lot more assists. They had a lot more of the ball, so, and they were able to work it around, and they were more willing to work it around, whereas the game of Kosovo, a lot of long-distance shooting. So you would expect there to be a lot less assists for Kosovo, and that was the case. More of these highlights now on the way for Lithuania, and there were a lot more of them for the away side in the second half. They're traveling fans. We saw them in the stands. No doubt very, very excited to get this win. He lit it up a little bit just towards the end there. Benzias, a couple of massive three-pointers. There they are. Might be doing some celebrating this evening. We traveling the team watching their remaining games. But they're still in good voice, and why not? Just to get to this stage. So I think both sets of supporters will be pretty happy with what's happened this evening in Pristina. So the final score is Lithuania 99, Kosovo 61. Lithuania 1-0 in the group. Kosovo 0-1. Poland also winning, beating Hungary. So good start for Lithuania, which is the highest ranked team in this group at number 6 in the world. But a spirited effort from Kosovo in the end, though it is Lithuania just too good. 99-61.
put really big point before the game, and that's paid really good in the second half. So our domination inside, okay, on offensive rebounds and intensity defensively with good rotation, that was the key for the win. That's tough atmosphere. We knew it. We knew it. We saw the games against Macedonia, against Estonia, how they lost here. Okay, they hot. Fans are hot. Okay, atmosphere is great. Okay, for the basketball. So we just happy about our performance.
Question. Were you surprised with the first half of Kosovo? Actually, they were playing good in the offense. Dadan Berisha was on high level, actually scoring many points in the first half. And then, did you actually made any specific guarding to Berisha in the second?
No, no. We just maybe we was much smarter, okay, in the second half, because in the first half we